right, let's talk about converting decimal numbers to fractions. And these are going to be equivalents. So one is going to be equivalent with the other. It's just going to be written in a different format. And so let's start off with an easy one that you probably already know. Say you've got 0.5. Well, 0.5 is really said, if you say it correctly using the place value, this is really 5/10. And if you can say it, you can write it. So 5/10 is really a fraction 5/10, 5/10. Now notice this is not reduced. So if you have a fraction when you're converting and it looks like you could reduce it, go ahead and reduce to lowest term. So what we're going to, divide by 5 and get 1/2. So 5/10 is equivalent to 1/2. Okay. Let's do a couple more. Let's say we've got 7/10. If you can say it, you can write it 7/10. Notice we cannot reduce, so those are equivalent. Let's try a 2-digit decimal number, 0.25. Notice this is our last digits in the hundreds place, so this is 25 hundredths. Again, if you can say it, you can write it, 25 hundredths. And notice 25 goes into 100 4 times, so if we divide by 25 both sides, we're going to get 1/4. So 25 hundredths is equivalent to 1/4. This is, like 25 cents is a quarter, 1/4. And let's do a couple more just to kind of get the hang of it. Let me see, I've got some. Let's try this one where we have 0.04. Now notice we would say it as 4 hundredths because again the last digit is in the hundreds place, so 4 hundredths. So we're going to write it 4/100. Notice they're both even numbers, so we can reduce. 4 goes into 100, so I'm going to divide each by 4 and I'm going to get 1/25. So 4 hundredths is equivalent to 1/25. Let's do a couple more. Let's say we have, let's do a 3-digit decimal number, so 0.125. This 5 is in the thousandths place. So again, we're going to say it first, 125 thousandths, and now we're going to write it. Now there's a couple ways you could divide this. If you don't know the greatest common factor, you can just divide by 5s. Okay, we'll do it the small way. So 5 goes into 12 2 times. And then we got 2 left over, so that's 25. 5 goes into 25 5 times. 5 goes into 10 2 times, and then we got the 2 zeros, so that's 200. Now we can continue to divide. 25 will go into 200, so I'm going to go ahead and divide by 25 for each. And that's going to give me 1. And, well, 25 goes into 100 4 times, so we're just going to double that, 1/8. So 0.125 is equivalent to 1/8. All right, let's look at some oddball ones. Let's say we have 0.007. Notice that the 7 is in the thousandths place. So when we say it, we're going to say 7 thousandths. And now we're going to write it. Notice that we can't reduce here. 7's prime and it's not going to go into 1,000. So this is the equivalent fraction for that. Now let's do one with a mixed number. So let's say we have 1 and 12 thousandths. Okay, again, we're in the thousandths. So I'm going to write it. Now this 1 means that I'm going to have a mixed number. Now my fraction part of this mixed number is going to be 12 over 1,000. Notice they're both even here, so I can reduce. I could divide by 2. You could probably divide by 4, but let's see what we get. We got 1. 12 divided by 2 is 6, and then we're going to go, that's going to be 5, so 500. Notice they're both even, so we could divide by 2 again, and we're going to get 3 over 250. And it doesn't look like 3 will go into 250. You know, if I add 2 and 5, that's 7. That's not evenly divisible by 3. So if you know that trick, that's a nice trick. But so really 1.012 is going to be equivalent to 1 3/250ths. Anyway, we'll do some more in class. If you have questions, please bring them. And that's it.